Welcome to God's Particle. My name is Luis Arriola. I am pro-science, pro-factual physics, and I praise myself of being a logical thinker. In this commentary, I will talk about the age of the universe. My hypothesis is that I believe that the universe is 200 billion years old, not 14 billion years old as scientists claim. So 14 billion years against 200 billion years. Now, to begin, I will make two considerations. Number one, time scale. In human terms, we understand 100 years. Some people have lived more than 100 years. We understand 200 years, 300 years, 500 years. We understand 2022 years. There is a rich history that we can trace back to 2022 years ago. 5,000 years, we have an idea. 10,000 years, not so much. 100,000 years is a problem already for the human brain to comprehend that length of time. Let alone 1,000,000 years, let alone 1 billion, or 14 billion, or 200 billion for that matter. So in that sense, the human brain is kind of limited, right? Now, consideration number two. Humans have used a wide range of instruments to look at the universe trying to find celestial bodies. And we use all those instruments to see visible light, to see ultraviolet light, and to see infrared light in different wavelengths and frequencies and so on. And we used a wide range of instrumentation to see that light. From the very basic telescopes hundreds of years ago to current technology like spectrometers, spectrographs, interferometers, chromatographs, and the whole range of telescopes that we have today in 2022 on Earth. So, using all those instruments, we have discovered a wide range of celestial bodies. We have discovered more stars, we have discovered more galaxies, asteroids, meteors. Lately we have discovered exoplanets, and we have discovered stars, giant stars, supergiant stars, hypergiant stars, and so on. So that takes me to my hypothesis. This is my reasoning. In the 18th century, after Copernicus and Galileo, and then later on Newton and Laplace and all those great thinkers, in the 18th century, German astronomers discovered what is called hypergiant star. I have this little drawing to show you here. So this giant star is called UY Scuti. This is a massive star. We discover, or these German astronomers discovered that dim light because this star is about 5,000 light years away from Earth. Difficult to understand distance for the human brain too. And this star is 1,700 times, all these are estimations, right? 1700 times the radius of our sun. Now, this star is so massive that it can fit 5 billion with B, let me say that again, 5 billion suns like ours inside it. This star is so massive it can fit 5 billion suns in volume inside it. Now, our sun is supposed to be 4.6 billion years old. And I wonder if our sun took 4.6 billion years to form, how long did it take to this Scooty planet to form? How old is it? Again, the sun is 4.6 billion years old. How long did it take for the sun to form, and how long did it take for this massive star that can fit 5 billion suns inside, how long did it take to form? 20 billion years? 30 billion years? 40 billion years? The star is so massive that most certainly it didn't take 14 billion years to form. Look at this massive difference between these two. This is not to scale, but you have the idea. So, my reasoning is that if the sun is 4.6 billion years old, how old is this star, which is many times more massive than our sun, even our solar system? And how many more stars like this there are in the universe that we cannot see? As I said, this is 5,000 light years away. And how many more of these massive hypergiant stars that are in the universe? Are there bigger stars than these in the portion of the universe that we cannot see? Remember that the universe started forming through a evolutionary process. It didn't come up at the same time. So, if this star is so massive, probably started forming long before our sun, and long before 14 billion years. And so how many more stars, how many bigger stars there are in a portion of the universe that we cannot see, because the portion of the universe that we can see blocks the light of what is behind. So it's very unlikely that the universe is 14 billion years old. There's also one more thing to remember. All these galaxies, today in 2022, scientists believe that there are 2 billion galaxies. 2 billion galaxies with B, billion, 2 billion galaxies, and probably trillions or quintillions of stars of all sizes throughout the universe. In the universe that we can barely see, and the universe we don't see, because what we see blocks the light of what's behind, right? And another thing to remember is that there is no way for the human brain to grasp, to comprehend the magnitude of the universe. Because as I said, what we see blocks the light of what we cannot see. So there are billions, probably more than 2 billion galaxies, and probably pentillion stars throughout the universe. There's really no way to know how large the universe is. So the idea of the universe being only 14 billion years old even though that's a long time, is very unlikely. Another thing to remember is that all those billions of galaxies and trillions or quintillions of stars are distant from each other by millions of miles or millions of astronomical units. So that gives us the idea of how large the universe is. How large the universe is. If all those billions of galaxies and billions of stars are distant from each other in astronomical units, millions of astronomical units, stars and galaxies that we cannot see. So the idea of the universe with the magnitude that we can just imagine, being 14 billion years old, is simply seems inaccurate, to say the least. Now, if this took 20 billion years, 30, 40, 50 billion years, if there are stars bigger than this that took longer to form, then the universe is more likely 200 billion years old and not 14. So you have the idea. Now, two more comments. If you like this commentary, if you like this reasoning, observation, logical observation, please subscribe to the channel and share it with as many people as you can. Next time, I'm going to talk about the fantasy of the Big Bang, the so-called Big Bang. Don't miss it. Thank you for watching. Enjoy the stars and see you next time.